Hello everyone. It is currently New Year's Eve and it's about 1 in the afternoon and I got you guys a really special video. So, kind of wrapping it up here, I just would like to show you a recent haul I was able to get. It was from this guy who was actually doing the same thing as me, and he decided he would stop his hobby because he had too much work to do and didn't have enough time. So he called me up and said, "Hey, do you collect circuit boards?" So I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So he goes ahead and says, "Here, I have a lot of boards for you to pick up. So you go over to my address and I'll have them at the front door ready for you." So I end up picking up 7 boxes, copy boxes, the ones that have like 10 packs of like 50, 500 pieces of copy paper. So there's like 5,000 sheets in here. So there's 10 reams of paper. And each of these boxes is just the capacity it would, but instead he got these from his workplace and ended up filling them up with boards. So yeah, so we got a whole bunch of boards here. And look at that. We actually got full boards. This is incredible. Now some of these have been broken into, and they're all mixed. Many kinds of boards. See a motherboard there. Look at that one. That one's pretty cool. It has a lot of different boards in it, all varying grades. Look at that. This one I've actually already done a video on, but it looks like he also got the same thing as me. And looks like there's just a whole bunch of tantalum capacitors, just like I wanted. I never thought I'd actually get another one of these, but sure enough, here we go. And looks like we got ourselves a LMB unit that looks like he actually tore into these as well. I mean, this is incredible. This is a little power supply board. And look at that. All these boards are covered, almost filled to the top, with nice circuit boards. Look at this one. This one has a copper heatsink. That's going to be nice money. And yeah, most of them are fully intact. However, there are some that aren't, like this one here. And yeah, he actually goes to thrift shop, same thrift shops as I do. He asked me, "Hey, do you go to these places?" And I can't really say because it's kind of location-wise. But yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, sure." So he probably got a lot of the same things I did. Like, I remember this board here. That was from a glucose meter that I just did. So it looks like they had a whole bunch there, and then when I came back on sale, a lot of them were gone. So he probably took a couple of these. So yeah, these were on a really good deal. So, it's pretty cool. I've never actually met someone who did the same thing as I did in this area. I've seen a lot of scrappers going around in their cars and everything, but I've never actually met someone face to face. Look at this, it's a laptop board, partially processed. You can tell, see that part is actually partially removed. So, looks like he did attempt to go into some of these, but not too terribly much at all. So, that's pretty cool. Got ourselves, look at this one. So it's a little keyboard board here. Got a little chip there and lots of other things. So this is a really cool late Christmas gift. And we got like a nice gold chip there. So this one's a pretty nice board box here. These are almost all green boards. There's a one brown one there, but I mean, really good. I mean, this thing probably total weight is about 50 pounds or so. So 50 pounds of boards, not bad. Got ourselves looks like something out of a printer where you attach the cartridges. So yeah, pretty bare though. But yeah, this is a pretty cool haul here. And as you can see, there's some massive power supply boards. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. And I thought that was pretty cool. So this is the power you get with calling and communication. So I have a lot of boards to process and get some gold stuff out of. So yeah, this will be pretty cool. So anyway, I actually will show you now some of the things I have, this small board stash that I have. I'm going to head out to the garage and show you real quick. Alright, so here I am in the garage here. I saw some bikes. Sometimes I'll ride them. I don't have recently the time, so I just usually go running. There's our board from the previous projection television that we did, along with some nice steel, you know, so these were pretty good. Also got ourselves a massive computer monitor, and looks like a battery with a little bit of metal there. There's some various small tubs filled with copper bearing motors and fans and stuff. There's actually an old iMac G3 cube, one of those clear pastel colored ones. And here's what we have. So after moving these, got a couple drives here, but underneath there, oops, sorry about that. There are some little car rims that I probably want to sell on eBay. But underneath here, there's a little copper coil. But there's a whole bunch of additional boards there. So, got a lot there. And also this whole thing is full of low-grade circuit boards. And over here, got ourselves another box full of boards. And over this cooler, hold on a second. We got ourselves some additional boards in this thing. It's partially full, so it's not to max capacity yet. So yeah, I thought I wanted to show you guys that real quick. And I'll just give you guys a little sneak peek of what's to come in the future. Got ourselves another projection television. That printer's not going to be for video, it's kind of typical. But they do have a pretty nice scanner head there. So I may make a video about some of those chips that you can get out of those. And I will show you what's underneath here. So this is a pretty nasty looking thing, but we got some nice ink cartridges that either I will scrap or probably sell, because it just takes so much to make, and you can make more money just by doing this. This is put under here, so it's just an empty storage bay of some kind. So that's pretty cool. But I got this plasma television. It's my very first one. It's an Hitachi, which is a pretty good brand. Hitachi and Mitsubishi are two really good companies to get stuff scrapped from. Again, got those nice pieces of aluminum from the projection television. So yeah, this will be a nice certified DLP television to show you guys what's inside. I did take apart a vintage 80s microwave. Had a pretty bulky transformer in it. I plan on whacking that out with a hammer because the bolts are down so tight it's impossible to get out with just basic elbow grease. So I'll have to go ahead and just chop that off with a Dremel of some kind. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I have outside to show you. I'm gonna go ahead and go in and see what we got. Those nice circuit boards. And yeah, so I'll show you guys what I have next. Alright, another thing I have planned for in the future is actually going to be a requested video. It's going to be scrapping a laptop. So this is an FMV Biblo from Japan by someone, what name brand known as Fujitsu. Now they make pretty good computers. I was going to use this thing. I was going to uninstall it and then reinstall. Going to reinstall Windows on there and put it in English, because it has a nice style keyboard which I really like, close set keys and everything. The problem though is that there's little to no space left on this thing, so I'll need to buy a new, and it's so corrupted, the hard drive is, that I'll need to buy a new hard drive, and I don't have one at the moment. But it does have Windows Vista with a Centrino Duo processor, so it's not bad. It has a little fingerprint sensor there, something you don't see very much. Also a little touchpad. No little touch dot though, no little track dot. So that's one thing that kind of wish had in there. Even though my computer doesn't have a track dot, kind of wish I did. There's a little control panel doing like the internet and Wi-Fi and stuff. It seems to be in full English too, so I know exactly what each button does. The only thing is that there's also some kana on there that I don't quite understand completely. I know a little bit, but not much. And on the back there, to cover the little sticker. But yeah, it's by Fujitsu Limited, and it has a certificate of authenticity by Microsoft. So this one I probably will scrap and take apart, but I don't know if I will at this point. I probably will just for the video. I also sell ink cartridges too, so I have this Epson number 69 that I have that I'm going to sell. And yeah, I'm going to show you kind of the stuff I have. I haven't really had much time to do actual gold recovery kind of stuff. I will show you though, I have a whole bunch of yellow tantalum capacitors, so they're pretty nice. I popped off of boards and such, as well as a bunch of black tantalums as well. Not much, but every little bit counts. Also got quite a substantial amount of 4-corner chips. I'll have to probably sort these out to like flatter ones and bulkier ones because they have different gold recovery rates and their age is different too. Got a whole bunch of gold corner chips as well as BGAs. Got a whole bunch of two-sided IC chips as well. These are all nice. So they have fairly good gold yield as long as they're old enough. And let's see, the container here. I got ourselves a whole bunch of different bags of stuff that is kind of there, but they're all organized. It's just an organized mess. I got ourselves a whole bunch of gold-plated, clean, gold-plated ribbon. A bunch of teeth that are in various places, but most commonly in jacks, like connectors for phone. Got a few gold-plated keyboard connectors. Some of them are actually gold-plated on those low-grade circuit boards. Most of them have like black traces, but a few of them have very light gold plate traces. I also got a bunch of fat memory chips that aren't that common. Got just some random stuff here. This is like inside those rectangular crystals. Just some white substrate, which probably is toxic because it has beryllium oxide ceramic and I didn't know about it, so probably gonna have to just dispose of this somehow. Got a whole bunch of screens because they might have indium in them, so it's good to keep them. Got a whole bunch of trimmed gold fingers. This is stuff I've accumulated over the year. And some more gold-plated stuff that isn't finger related. It's just gold-plated stuff, like there's some pinless processors and such right there. So very, very small amounts of everything. But I'm just kind of starting out with the actual processing of boards. And we got, because I've been just collecting stuff. So, but now that I got that big haul, it's just a good idea just to sell that kind of stuff, and instead of selling it, actually take it apart and get the stuff off. So, got a whole bunch of gold plated stuff. Some more there. Got ourselves a bunch of cell phone screens. Not much. Got a nice chunk of heavy square chips that have rounded off pins that usually fit in sockets and stuff. They're very heavy and they have very good gold yield. So yeah, and we also got ourselves a whole bunch of those gold window chips that are like CMOS chips or whatever. Yeah, they're like mini DOP chips, so that's pretty cool. And we got ourselves actually a giant screen that came out of the bag. So anyway, I just took apart a actual satellite dish the other day, and I actually had this nice piece of, cast aluminum like normal. but underneath it had a heavy piece of cast aluminum. It's like a dish mount, so that would attach to the roof without damaging it too much. Makes it easy to remove and such. And yeah, also another thing I collect, though they don't have crazy large amounts of it in there, but I was at this garage sale and there's a whole bunch of these CDR CDs. They have small amounts of silver in each one of them, so I'm probably gonna break them down and get the bit of silver in them. There's not much, but it's just for experimentation. I also got this big thing of gold. These are all gold pins that you've probably seen in previous profile pictures that I put on my YouTube channel. These are all basically gold-plated pins to various degrees. I'm going to probably have to process these more, but I'm just collecting a whole bunch of them and then I'll sort them out later. Also got a bunch of these military spec gold pins. I went over to this local military aircraft supply, I guess, shop that manufactures a bunch of connectors and stuff. But you can see the ends are actually gold plated, and they just tossed out this big little container full of these little pins. Look at that. So this whole piece is gold plated on the inside, so I'll have to dissolve the outside with some form of acid. I don't know what at this point, but I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, overall good year. And keep in mind I also got this big 2-liter bottle of soda full of icy chips. Various icy chips of different kinds. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. I will show you one more thing. Just a second. Also got a bunch of cards. And these cards are varying grades. They're pretty good. This one's actually like a graphics card. And there's some nice gold pins in there. And overall, pretty good board. Got a whole bunch of them. Let's just display them all at once. Let's go through all of them real quick. As to for now, final thing to do for this video. You guys have some nice gold pins at the bottom there. We got some, looks like, I'm not so sure what this is. It's probably like it says Etherlink 3, so I'm guessing this is some form of modem card of some kind. And there's a 3-com chip with 4 corners, which is a little unusual, but pretty cool. I got this pretty cheap one here with some fairly decent gold plating there, the pin, fingers, and looks like a nice chip there with a couple other things. This is an ATI graphics card. ATI used to make a lot of these. It's an ATI Rage XL. The Rage series was long ago discontinued, so this is a pretty vintage board. There's even a little chip right there. Look at this one here. This is a 3D Labs Permedia 2-volt BGA chip with a fairly unusual gold tip there, right in the middle, not on the corners. Got a lot of good chips there, as well as some nice, what is this called? Tantalum capacitors. And there looks like there's a socket there and pins. And looks like another one, that's what we looked at. This is just your typical small modem card. Same here. It's another modem card. Looks like a little relay there. It looks like some form of transformer under there. And it looks like a regular IC chip. very low grade stuff. We also got ourselves a wireless LAN PCI card. So this whole thing's gold plated. So I'm gonna scrape all this off with a chisel and remove all the solder and then get the gold plating off. Also got ourselves another modem card. Fairly good little MLCCs on this board. There's also a little transformer there and an IC chip and a crystal. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I hope you guys found that video interesting, and I wish you guys a happy new year, and take care and have a wonderful 2017. Looking forward to what this new year will bring, and yeah, thanks for watching, and once again, happy new year.